Fashion is such a fast-paced and contemporary discipline that sometimes it's good for fashion designers to step out of that and look at what is a little bit more permanent, what is a little bit more, let's say, fixed in time. Velasquez or Titian or Poussin.
My interest in doing fashion is just exploring fine art on body, basically.
Oh, wow. You could do like a whole collection just by looking at one painting in this.
True, that's so true.
Turn out a lot of his landscape paintings kind of reminds me of when I used to live in North Dakota. The badlands, just earth tones within his paintings.
Basically, I come from a very small town, so to be here and to be able to have all of this access to a lot of visual culture, it's really important to my work.
It's a painting of two little girls chasing butterflies. It was with my sister. That reminded her of us, the emotional connection between something that was documented so long ago and it still forms an emotional connection.
There's a perception that galleries and museums are really stuffy and they're quite scary and intimidating places. As a child growing up in London, they didn't really seem part of my world. I made the decision I was going to take that step, literally take the steps up to the National Gallery and go and see what all the fuss was about. And it was, and I can remember it so well. It's such an eye-opener. I can remember going and seeing Van Gogh chair, being able to see the marks that had been made with the paint. Suddenly, this 2D image that I was really familiar with suddenly became this 3D textural piece.
For me, fine art has such a big part in my work. It really translates from, I would say, the two-dimensional format to the three-dimensional format that fashion is, essentially.
In terms of pattern cutting, how do you create those forms? How do you make fabric do these really elaborate things? As fashion people, we're looking at form, proportion, color, detail, fabric, surface, scale. For me, what art does is it feeds the brain.
Dramatic storytelling is what we do as fashion designers. We also almost build characters and personas because it's very similar to costume, but it's more contemporary. There's a sense of drama, and probably you could draw a parallel with fashion campaigns and fashion photo shoots. It's all about the apparatus, the decorum of it all. Dresses, very voluminous, it just takes the whole entire painting. The depiction of transparent fabric, so it would be organza or really sheer silk. On top of that, you've got a very delicate kind of lace. The paint itself can almost mimic that embroidery texture. The colors at the time for painting were originated actually from the natural world. I specialize in circular processes, so I use fungi, bacteria, and other microorganisms in my work to make it more sustainable. It's the next challenge for our generation. For me, wildlife and landscapes are very essential to my work. I get as inspired by cultural artifacts as I am inspired by nature.
Paintings are the first documentation of clothing for me from a fashion standpoint.
Being in London, really, really lucky in as much as various museums and galleries, which are free, which is a really huge privilege.
It's like the illusion comes off somehow and you can actually see into the technique of the artist.
Without knowing the background of the artist and the madness behind everything, it looked like it was a really enjoyable experience to actually create these pieces of work.
It's like this little box full of lots of wonders of the world, and it's amazing just physically to be there, really.
I'm a great one for get up off your backside, get on a bus, and go and see something for real. Experience.